Hello, Han. It's so nice to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
Really great. Glad to be here. Hope we can be helpful to someone.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And thank you so very much for being here. You see, I truly appreciate you. And you see, and oftentimes I love to thank my guests for two things. And I do this so often to the point where it has become my anthem. So firstly, Anne, I want to say thank you so very much for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now, and because you did invest that in yourself. And oftentimes, and I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. They say some couple of months back, I was on a particular road and just by the roadside, and there was this very tall, unattractive mango tree. And I used the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it and the leaves were all dry. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, my amazing aunt, just recently, I was on that same road. And this time around, mm, a lot's changed about the mango tree, you see. The mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance. And immediately, I got the urge to move so close to it, of which I did. And it wowed me. Because now, the mango tree's got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches. And not just mangoes now, and I'm talking about ripe mangoes. It was such a lovely experience that day. And I was so excited. There is my point. The fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing hand that you are today, that alone has made it impossible for me to skip you. And that's why you got the request from me to be on the show because I was attracted to the fruit of all that you're doing, your philosophies, your insights, the impact your work is having, and how you are offering your solutions. And this stuff's so beautiful. And just before I sent you that request, I said to myself, I've got to benefit from these beautiful things and it's doing. And not only me now, because, I don't want to look selfish and even with the audience. And here we are today with the amazing ad. So thank you so very much for doing that to yourself. And secondly, thank you for saying yes to the invite. Because if you had said nope, there was nothing I should do about it. Thanks so much, Anne. Beautiful. So let's get started. See, I am quite excited to have you on the show today, and for some reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to that of a beautiful one, and I believe it takes the application of knowledge, solid information, and not just knowledge alone, but the application of it. And you see, and ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge and darkness ignorance, I've been so keen to knowledge seeking. Why? Because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the listeners. And the second reason why I'm excited to have the incredible Anne on the show is for the sake of the audience. You see, Anne, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got lots of information flying out there. So those folks trust me with quality, eye-opening, and very important information, of which I am totally convinced that our conversation is going to be impactful and insightful. So, for that reason, Anne, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your personal or your professional journey, because right now we are so curious. We want to know how Anne got here. Then, afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Anne, over to you.
I love to teach people that they can have everything they want financially with two phone calls. One phone call is to help them pay their house off in 5 to 7 years instead of paying on it until you're 102. And I that was a miracle for our family, and it's been amazing for everyone that I've shared it with. That can be found at AnsPlan.com. Definitely recommend it. No matter where you're at on your house journey, you can have your house helping pay for your life and prepare you for emergencies, because we never know if something will happen. We might have an accident at work, or we might get laid off and not have a job. And we just need, I think it's good to be prepared ahead of time. And so AnsPlan.com, definitely recommend everyone taking a look at that. That has been a miracle for me, in the way that we pay our house payment. And I am grateful for that team of people. I think what you said is true. Knowledge is light, and what we don't know that we don't know is the most expensive education that we all end up paying for. I just didn't know that there was even a way to pay a house off without changing your income or expenses, and still making great things happen for the people around you that you love, right? I think money is just a tool that we use to help the people that are most important to us. And the other is at lifegiverlegacy.com. There are lots of resources there for people to have income coming in while they're living the life that they want. I think too often we think money has to be hard and long, and that's another thing that I didn't know that I didn't know. Money, sometimes, if you have the right people and automation and systems and teams, can be easier. It, we always get further faster if we let other people help us. About 10 years ago, I had a friend say, "And just find partners. Find people who already have what you need, and let them help you." And I was like, I can't even think of anyone that could be a partner with me. And I'm sad that I took 10 more years to figure that out, that was a really sound piece of what I didn't know that I didn't know. Um, our whole financial journey started when I was in my 20s. All of a sudden, everything that I knew about money wasn't working. We got laid off, and I had 3 little kids, and of course, you still need to buy food and help your children. And I was overwhelmed. I didn't handle it well, and we just knew that we didn't know enough about money to feel safe and prepared, and even to speed up our, how can we go safer and faster. And I think people we don't always learn that typically in financial education. And how can we make our relationships better? How can we use what we have to make things better for people around us? Like you said, it's not just about us, it's about all the other people that we can help, right? So that's a little bit of an introduction about me. I would definitely recommend checking out what's at lifegiverlegacy.com. There's a few different options there to choose from depending on what you need. And I'm always just an email away. Ann Pells at
Mhm.
Gmail is the one I look at the most. So happy to help that way too.
Beautiful. So how can someone pay off their home in 5 to 7 years without changing income or lifestyle? Is that possible?
Yeah, I know, right? How did we do it? It was that phone call is free. They give you a money back guarantee for a whole year if you decide you want to do it. But in the meantime, they're helping educate you about a whole new way that I just didn't even know about until I was 52 years old, for heaven's sakes. All those other houses we lived in, all the other years with all of our kids. If I'd known what I didn't know that I didn't know, um, and being able to have that free education and then asking them questions, they literally have a calculator that they'll specifically go in and look at your income and expenses and teach you and say, okay, you're ready for this step. Here's your next step. Here's your next step. And I love it when someone can give me a recipe that I know is going to work. If it's not going to work, they'll tell you that, and they'll tell you why and how to get ready to have that recipe working for you, in the next 6 months, a year, or however long. But wherever you're at in your journey, I definitely recommend starting there. Just, it was something I didn't know. And it opened up so many possibilities for us as far as feeling safer if we did have an accident or a health emergency, or if we lost a job or anything happened to us financially, that house payment will help pay for itself. And then we at least know we have a place to live while we're getting everything worked out again. And that peace of mind is priceless, actually, to me. After having gone through the time when we didn't have a job and I didn't handle it well, this is this is just beautiful peace of mind for me.
Mm,
I,
mm,
that's
awesome.
grateful.
I tell you, it's amazing. So, what about this one? What is the most common mistake families make with money?
Wow, I would love to hear what other people have told you the answer to that. Um, I think one of the most common is locking ourselves in that money only has to be one way. There's only one way to do it.
Mm,
Um, when we were in our 20s, which maybe a lot of your listeners, 20s and 30s, I thought go to school, get a good job, and do your thing, save for a rainy day, all those things. And while that's true, there are many other ways. There's a lot of ways to have money coming. And in fact, it's actually safer if you have five, six, seven different ways to have income coming in, even little drops of income from a variety of different things. I think Robert Allen calls it multiple streams of income, and Robert Kiyosaki calls it cash flow. So I think sometimes we think we have to do it this way and that's the only way. But what if there are other ways and we could learn from someone? I think it's amazing how many, like you said, how many resources are available to us because of technology and electricity and being able to be on the internet and learn from people. You can learn from people who've been working on things for 30, 40 years and they figured out something and they share it in a book online that you can listen to 10 minutes at a time. I think it's called 10-minute magic. What could I learn today in 10 minutes that would make my life better today than it was yesterday and will be better tomorrow? I love 10 minutes at a time because it's just a little tiny bite of the elephant that we're all trying to figure out how to have that income coming in, how to use the money that we have. If we have more of it, we can bless more people. It's we have more than enough for what we need, and we don't always have to be stuck in this one little spot. That's how we have to do it.
mm, don't have to be stuck in one little spot. I got that. So, how do you help your clients, and what do you help them with?
I feel like if I can help them with their house payment and their taxes, we've won. So the doorway to that is the AnsPlan.com. I feel like those are the two biggest expenses that most people have. And what we don't know about taxes is the thing that we pay the most about, in our house as well. I thought I'd be paying, we moved every couple of years, and every time you move or refinance those 30-year mortgages, you end up paying so much more interest. And no one benefits from that except the bank. And they don't want you to know how to do the 5 to 7 years that we teach people. So, um, really, really grateful. Did not know that you could learn so much just from a phone call from someone. Like, who knew? What if it was way easier than we've all been taught all this time, right?
Right, right. So how was the journey? How was the journey been so far?
When I was finally willing to learn from other people and assume that I didn't know enough and be willing to ask questions, um, it became a miracle and miraculous and much faster than I ever imagined. When I was 15, my grandpa gave me a really simple key, and I'd like to share that for just a second. He said, "Can't" wasn't even in his dictionary. I'm like, of course, can't's in your dictionary. It's between B and D. It starts with C. And he's like, no, no. I mean, whenever I tell myself I can't do something or have something, especially if it will help someone that I love, I change that around to a question and say, how can I instead? And I think that made all the difference. Sometimes I forgot what grandpa said to me, but when I could keep that, how can I find a partner? How can I figure this out? How can I find out more about my house payment? How can I find out more about owning some businesses that don't take a lot of time that still will provide a good income for me? When I've been in that asking questions place, answers start coming. People come into our lives and they help us, and we learn something from them, and then we can share it and help the other people around us too. Um, as soon as I figured out I didn't need to do it all by myself, it went so much better. So don't do everything by yourselves. Get help, figure it out, ask questions. Don't be afraid. There's so much good out there.
Don't do everything by yourself. Get out there and ask questions. There is so much help out there. I got that. I got that. So we have two more to go. So how can families build security, freedom, and purpose?
Oh, I love security, freedom, and purpose. That's, I think, ask yourself why. Why do you want what you want? And what do you want? And then I believe in letting your inspiration and your heart guide you. You'll start asking the right questions to the right people. You'll have experiences and you'll learn things. And I had a friend say, don't be afraid to fail. Like, be excited when something doesn't go the way you planned because you can learn to do it better the next time. I'm still working on being really excited about that, but there is a lot to be said for that. Edison invented the light bulb and it took him a lot of different tries. So don't be afraid to try something and evaluate it and measure it and see if it's working. See if your money plan's working. See if your food plan is working, the nutrition that you want for your health. See if your relationships are working. If not, take 10 minutes and learn something new today that might help you in what you're wanting, why you want it for security and freedom and like there I think purpose is all about people. Like how many people do we get to help today? And I'm grateful for all the people that helped us. There were many times that I didn't even know what we would buy for our children for Christmas or give them, and people were giving us things anonymously on our doorstep. I still don't even know who was helping us, but I'm grateful for them and for people that have helped me. So I think it's paying it forward. That, what can we
Mm,
do forward to help other people have the freedom and security that they want?
amazing. Purpose is about people. I got that. I got that. And I'm going to take that as a final thought. So for folks who would like to reach out to you and learn more about the
Yeah.
beautiful stuff you're doing or even ask you questions, how can that be possible?
I'm just at my email is perfect. I'm usually on there every day for a few minutes. Just check, and it's annpells@gmail.com, or going to those two websites. It literally is two phone calls away from lots of possibilities you didn't know. AnsPlan.com and LifeGiverLegacy.com. We're trying to have it be as simple as possible to just follow that recipe and go explore and discover things that you didn't know. It took me a lot of years to figure out what I didn't know, but I'm so grateful now.
Exactly. And that's so beautiful that you're not keeping all of this to yourself and you're sharing it with the world. I love that. I love that. So that's going to be the end of the show. And thank you for coming and thank you for sharing this eye opening stuff with us. It means a whole lot. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.